Ant-Man 3 to many was a complete disaster. And trust me, I understand why many people feel that way. And while I'm not in that camp, I still have many problems with the film. But overall, it's safe to say that it underperformed and underdelivered. And now we know one of the causes behind it: Marvel Studios. So if you guys recall, at one point, Captain Marvel 2, or The Marvels, was supposed to come out way ahead of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, but the two films would alternate release dates due to various factors a few times. And the last switch was the one they decided was the one they permanently wanted to stick with, aka the most recent one, where The Marvels got bumped all the way into November of this year, but Ant-Man was bumped forward from June to July of this year, depending on where you were, all the way up to the early part of the year. And a lot of people were looking at it going, wow, the post-production time on this is going to be quick, huh? Well, it was. Because, Ant-Man and the Wasp is going to get a lot of blame for everything that's happened. Essentially, Marvel Studios figured this film has got to be huge. We got to keep the mindshare of Kang in the MCU out there, so we want this film to be pushed out and be on everybody's mind. And what we're going to do is make sure that this thing comes out hell or high water. And we want it out on this specific time. So Captain Marvel, it's going to get some of the blame for what's going on, and this blame is largely attributed to them putting more resources in it. So while the Marvels gets more resources to look better, that's what's being blamed on the shortcomings of Quantumania, because they had less resources internally, visual effects and all that, and people to talk to during the development of the film, because the priority was the Marvels. And from what we understand, Marvel Studios figured this film would be big regardless of quality, so don't worry if some shots look iffy or whatever, people will look over it. And according to other reports, this delay and effect that was done with the Marvel swapping, which again keeps getting the blame for visual effects artists, overworked the cast and crews working on Ant-Man, who at one point should have had an additional 6 months to finish their work in less than 6 to 8 weeks. Hence why the Marvel visual effects artists and Disney's visual effects artists decided to unionize and strike, because they figured you can't keep doing this with every project. Because we're given a timetable, we're told to do things, and then you undercut us, sometimes by a 9-month move. And there you go. That's why Quantumania suffers, because, well, Quantumania was sacrificial, I guess, if you really think about it.